Thank you so much for coming back to the third installment of Teacher Tune-Ups. I'm Danielle, and today we are going to be talking about one of the Yamas. We've been using a Yama to act as our guiding focus or intention for our practices, and we'll do that today. And the one we're looking at today is called Asteya, spelled Asteya. And Asteya is asking us as a guiding principle to think about the focus of non-stealing. Now, this certainly does apply to material goods, so don't go stealing material goods. But I think where it speaks to me on a deeper level is the idea of considering how we might steal on more subtle, nuanced level. That might mean that if we're constantly late, then we are stealing from other people's time. Or if we're looking at our cell phones while people are talking to us, we are stealing their energy. We're not listening to them. We might also be stealing if we're jealous of what someone else has. That it's not so much about not stealing, but about being satisfied with what we already have and working hard, putting our energy toward being satisfied what we already have, and giving ourselves the right time and focus and presence of mind, and giving others that as well, so that we're appreciating that which is right in front of us and committing basically to showing up and being present in the moment and listening intently when you're in a room with someone else. And then physically today, we're going to be working on giving some parts of us that don't get a lot of love but are always there: our feet, our hands, and our hips. Don't need any special tools today. I would recommend removing your shoes and socks if you can. I understand that might not be possible and you'll still be able to get a good practice in, but since we're going to be working with feet today, it's nice to not have them trapped in anything. Also, as usual, a good sturdy chair. I recommend one without arms and without wheels, so that you can practice comfortably today and securely. And again, of course, if you have medical issues, always want you to talk to a medical professional to make sure that this is the kind of practice that will benefit you and not harm you. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Let's begin today by just taking a moment to observe your own body and your own breath without changing anything. So start by noticing your breath and notice the coolness of the air as it comes in. And on your exhalations, notice that it's been warmed by the miracle of your breathing apparatus. And on your next breath, just observe without changing it how that breath actually works in your body. You have this huge muscle that bisects you under your lungs and rib cage, your diaphragm. And notice that as you inhale, that diaphragm presses down all of the internal organs to make room for the lungs to expand. And that your exhalation is really just a matter of that diaphragm relaxing, coming back up, and the lungs relaxing and letting that air back out. Notice too your heart beating right there in your chest, and that it's pushing this warm blood through your whole body. And your body is doing this breathing and this heart beating all the time without you even thinking about it. Every single second of every single hour while you're awake, and even while you're asleep. So take a breath and send some energy to that breathing apparatus. Put your focus on your heart and send a breath there. Next miracle, notice that you can take over the breathing. And try it on your next breath. Try a deep breath in, dropping your shoulders and relaxing to exhale. If you haven't already, make sure your mouth is closed, your jaw is loose, and you can now engage the ocean breath, the ujjayi breath, the warrior breath of the yogi, where you're inhaling through your nose and exhaling with a closed mouth, almost as though you're fogging a mirror with your breath, only your mouth is closed. So the exhalation comes out of your nose with that sound of the ocean. On your next breath, imagine sending the inhalation up into the crown of your head. And exhaling from there, that's the seat of your thoughts. On your next inhalation, breathe all the way down into your belly and feel that belly expand. And release as you exhale. On your next breath, imagine breathing into your hips, all the work they do all day. That breath gives them a nice internal massage as you exhale. Next inhalation, imagine if you could push that breath all the way down into your feet that work so hard for you all day. And release that breath too. And for your next few breaths, I'll give you the mantra that I heard that I really enjoy, and it's Sat Nam. All that means is I am, and that should be enough. So as you breathe in, you can think Sat, and as you exhale, you can think Nam. If the Sanskrit just isn't working for you, you can replace that with I am. Some people find it helpful to just think I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Other people like to count. Whatever it takes for your mind to just fully be present with your breath right now. Allow yourself to focus on your abundance. Okay, the next pose we're going to do involves some more movement. So bending your left knee, place your left ankle on your right knee. Now, if this doesn't feel great for you, you could choose to extend the leg out and do the ankle rotations we're about to do with an extended leg. Whatever makes it feel good to you, either way is great. I am going to go ahead and bend my left leg with my left ankle on my right knee. You could give your knee and your calf a little bit of a massage. You want your foot to be hanging off of your knee and not bound by your knee. Take a moment to roll your shoulders back, and you want the ankle to be secure on the knee. Take your right hand and you're going to place your right hand on those toes and use that right hand to gently do some rotations in one direction. Now, this is, for instance, my ankle that was just injured pretty badly. So I'm very gentle in the movements that I'm taking just for it to feel good. And then you can reverse directions as you're doing this to make sure you get those joints oiled up in both directions. You can even match your breathing with this, inhaling as your ankle comes up and exhaling as it goes down. You might reverse direction again if you've already reversed direction once. Let's switch legs. So now I'm going to take my right leg and bend it and put my right knee out, my right ankle on my left knee, keeping that ankle very secure with my right hand, and taking my left hand on the toes of this foot. And again, matching with my breath, I'm just going to manually rotate that ankle. Now, each side of the body is different, so you might find that this side is more open than the other side or not. Just go with that and switch directions of the rotations so that you get the joint lubricated in both directions. Now place your feet on the ground, your heel on the ground and your feet up. And now we're just going to take the right foot, flex the toes, and then point the toes. Try not to get the ankle involved and really just work on flexing the toes and curling or pointing the toes. And we can then spread the toes and release. And you can match this with your breath as well, inhaling as you spread the toes and exhaling as you release. Just keep doing that with your breath. And now we'll switch sides. We'll put the left heel onto the ground and we'll bend the toes or point them and flex the toes. Again, trying to isolate this, not involve the ankle, and just involve those poor, abused toes. Letting that go with your breath as well. And now you can switch to spreading the toes as you exhale and release as they come back together. Spreading the toes and releasing. Spreading the toes and releasing. And now we're going to do one of my very favorites. This is a modification of pigeon. You'll need to start by bending your left knee, kind of hug it towards you, and then just like before, put your left ankle on your right knee. And now, as you breathe in, you'll straighten your spine, and as you exhale, let the crown of your head with a straight back pull you just a little bit forward, and you should feel a really nice stretch in that outer left hip. I've tried to find comfort in this pose. And we'll do 3 breaths at your own pace. As you inhale, you can think of stretching that crown of the head forward. And as you exhale, you can think of releasing. On your next inhale, you'll come back up to seated position. And you can release that knee off and that leg down. You might need to stretch it and bend it and straighten it, but we're going to go ahead and do the other side. So now you're going to guide your right knee up and hug it towards you if you can. And then place your right ankle on your left knee and guide your right knee out. Inhale, your spine reaches up. Exhale, back straight and lean forward, leading with the crown of the head, leaning toward the wall in front of you, as though someone is stretching you from a string in the middle of your forehead, pulling you up and forward. In the 3 breaths that you can find here, find ways to soften. Inhale, reaches up. Exhale, releases. You don't need to have a furrowed brow for this. You don't need to have a tightened belly. Find comfort in this pose exactly how it is. Next inhalation, come up and release your foot back to the ground. Very good. That was pigeon. Now, bring your hands into prayer, and we'll just do some wrist rolls. Pick a direction and just give your wrists a nice roll in that direction. You can make a figure 8, or you can go clockwise or counterclockwise. Now switch the direction, whatever direction you picked, to just give your wrists a little love both ways. We've given our feet and our hips some love. Now it's time for our wrists and our hands. Great. Back to prayer. And now place your hands out like you've got them on a table, palms down. And you're just going to open and close your hands. So open kind of like we did with our toes, inhaling, and exhaling, pushing our hands into fists. Inhale, exhale. Fingers spread, fists close, fingers spread, fists close, fingers spread, fists close. Great. Now, palms down, and you can change the angle of your arms if you want. We're going to do wrist bends. So now, just like we flexed our toes and then pointed them, we are going to flex our wrists, inhale, and exhale, bend your wrists down. So we're inhaling, bending our wrists up, exhaling, bending our wrists down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Wrists up, wrists down. Good. Hands back to your knees. Now we've been sitting with straight spines for a while, so let's do some cat-cow. We'll inhale and let your shoulders broaden, chin rise up to the ceiling. Let your jaw fall open. It might feel good to open and close your jaw too as you're up here. And exhale, press your chin to your chest and round your back. Inhale, broaden your shoulders, chin rises up to the ceiling, jaw open. Exhale, chin to your chest, and your spine rounds. Inhale, shoulders broaden, heart open, accepting, chin up. Exhale, shoulders and spine round. Here's where you're giving. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, let your heart shine forward, shoulders broad, chin up. Exhale, chin to chest, shoulders and spine round, giving yourself a nice stretch in the spine. One more time, chin up, and exhale back to neutral. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. May your inner light shine. You are enough.